Yeah, but well, first of all, man, it was crazy. I was thinking about Porzingis, and then now he's on the trade block. But you think to yourself, like you look at Dallas, Doncic, they should be, in my opinion. You look at that team: Tim Hardaway Jr., Jalen Brunson. You got a. It's not like they don't have a bench. How are they? Look at how they look, even with Porzingis being kind of hurt on and off. But it's like, is Porzingis even tradable? And like really, what could you really get? Who's going to really give up something for Porzingis?
Man, it better not be nothing more than a second round pick. I tell you that. I won't give him no first for him. Hey. I mean, I know let's talk about the Wizards. The Wizards looking at him, trying to trade for him. That's my squad. But look, man, I like how we playing right now. I don't think we need. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we need him right now, to be honest with you. But I heard the Charlotte Hornets, Wizards might be interested in him. So I don't know, man. I'm good, man. I just don't like his play style. That's just me. So
yeah. What's good, John? What's good, John? Yeah, we was just having a little slight conversation over Porzingis, and we was just like, is he even tradable for real? Like when you look at Porzingis, like injury prone, like you get him on the squad. Yes, he's 7'3". Yes, he's a unicorn, but you barely see him. He is a unicorn. Like he always hurt. It's like, he's just a liability, dog.
I feel like you're not gonna get the assets you want for him.
Right.
Because if
he's not gonna get the assets you want for him.
If he's on the court, he's a big difference maker. Like you don't know if he's gonna be available or not, man.
Exactly. If I was the Lakers, I'd trade for Porzingis in a heartbeat, bro.
But like, who would? I wouldn't.
Who you trading, Key?
That's the question, Ty, because I don't know what it would take to get him. But I would give up. First of all, Marc Gasol definitely going. He definitely getting included. I'd release that fool now if I could, but we ain't got no big man. But Marc Gasol definitely getting involved.
Right.
Man, maybe Talen Horton Tucker. I don't know if they value him as a young piece. I don't want to throw Kuzma in it at all. See, honestly, I don't really know. But if we could get Porzingis as a third option, oh yeah, I would take that in a heartbeat.
But Dallas gonna want something for him.
Yeah, I don't know really what we could really.
They gonna want Kuzma. They gonna want Kuzma.
Yeah, they gonna want Kuzma. They gonna want Schroeder or Harold. They gonna want somebody I don't want to give up.
Y'all not hearing me. Whoever get Porzingis ain't getting nothing, bro, because he can't stay on the court. He's too frail. He's too frail. I'm just sorry.
If you trade for him, you wishing on a star.
He's always hurt, and it's always. And he takes up a good amount of cap space. Yes, he's 7'3". Yes, he's skilled, but he can't stay on the court.
Nope.
And that's just it. Like so. I mean, what? Like really, it's like so. If you were Lakers and you give up a Kuzma or you give up a Horton Tucker, who's really nice, and that dude's nice.
He is nice.
You give that up for what? A guy who's going to be injured in the playoffs? A guy who can't last a physical series? What you going to do when you play the Clippers? What you think? You think Porzingis gonna be banging with Ibaka? Yeah, he'll get buckets, but Porzingis ain't a banger.
I mean, he ain't no banger. To be honest, have him as a third option, like I'll take that in a heartbeat.
To be honest with you, I don't think that he's gonna get traded. To be honest with you,
hey, it's gonna be tough. I think he's
gonna be traded.
Well, Dallas trying to make a move. They trying to.
I would too if I was them. Like just off the sentiment that y'all saying, like he can't stay healthy. So I feel like he's been playing recently, right? So I feel like they try his trade value might be at his highest. That's why like the rumors and stuff are coming around now, just because this might be a stretch where he's been at his healthiest or whatever, or put a string of games together. So yeah, that
let me ask y'all this.
What's up?
If y'all Dallas try to trade Porzingis, Hardaway, and the first for Zach LaVine, would you do something like that?
Yeah. If I'm Dallas,
I would. Yeah. And we'll pair him up with Luka Oh yeah. I put
If I was
Levine
Dallas, I would do that.
and Luka. Yeah, me too.
If I was Chicago, I wouldn't do that.
See, if
yeah, that's true.
Look, if I was Dallas, and I would look for a dominant. I would try to use Porzingis to get a young dominant big, and this is what I mean. I think that Dallas would be better suited if they were to find a young up and coming or a decent, B+A center or power forward that's solid. I hate to say it, like a guy like even like a Steven Adams, and I hate to say it, like Steven Adams, and see if some other assets can come with it, because what they need is solid pieces. Because really, Luka's special. He's special, and let's not. Jalen Brunson is underrated. A lot of people don't understand how good he is. Tim Hardaway Jr. is really nice. Another guy who kind of plays under the radar. They got a squad. They just need a dominant or somewhat strong big man down in the post.
Yeah.
It'll change everything for them. They get rebounds, interior defense, more possessions for Luka on a fast break.
Who would you have in mind?
But no, let me say this though. If the Dallas is going to win, they're going to need another star.
That's what I said.
That's what I said. You're not winning with just one superstar. You're gonna need another star.
But is Zach Levine? Is Zach Levine look? He's nice, and he'll give you 40, and he is like a star. But do you see him and Luka? All right, my thing is this: if I bring another player on the team, I'm thinking, okay, does this piece functionally bring us to that point where it makes us a better team, or B, puts us in contention to play, later in the years? Zach Levine does make them better, but it doesn't plug their weaknesses. It doesn't plug their weaknesses. And though they'll score points, like I hate to say it, in the West, everybody can score in the West. It's who can somewhat defend. And I think that's why Dallas is struggling, because they're struggling, on the defensive side of the ball.
Now, I agree with you. I wouldn't say, now, if I'm Chicago, I wouldn't make that trade to get Porzingis.
I see what you're
but
saying.
Even if they do get like a Zach Levine or something, that's not going to make them better in the West. They are going to need a big man. They are going to need someone solid that can defend in the middle. I understand what you're saying, but Porzingis is a liability even on defensive end. Even if he's in the game, you know what I'm saying? On a pick and roll, he's terrible. You know what I'm saying?
That's the point. Yeah.
They need to look at like New Orleans. They need to look at New Orleans, try to get some young assets like Jason Hayes. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some young assets like that. And
John,
you know what I'm saying? Build like that.
What about the Bama from Atlanta, Collins? What about him?
John Collins. John Collins. But Jackson Hayes. Hey, John, you brought him up. Y'all remember a long time ago, I told you that the Pelicans can mess around when they drafted Zion and Jackson Hayes. I said, man, this might be the most athletic power forward center combo in a couple years if they keep them together. Think about, because Jackson Hayes runs like damn near like a point guard, dog. Like he's fast as a bug, dog.
Yeah.
And
they got he's not in front court in the NBA.
So they do. You think about that's scary when it comes to transition, even getting back buckets. Somebody make a layup and Jackson Hayes will sneak down for a dunk. That's gonna happen.
Yeah, once some dudes start to really reach their potential, Pelicans gonna be a little scary, man.
Oh, they go for the future. The future's bright.
Yeah,
I will say this about Porzingis: if you can pick him up in your playoff team, if you can pick him up without giving up too much, and whether he's available or not, that if he's available and you can pick him up, add him to your team for the playoffs, he's a hell of a pickup.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm only playing him in the play. I'm so nervous about. He's playing 20 minutes a game until the playoffs. I don't even care.
I just need him for May. That's it. That's all I need him for, bro.
But even in doing that, he might still get hurt. And I'm being real with y'all.
That's very true.
That's how he built, very true. He just built like that. See, KD, y'all remember when KD first came in the league, he was really, 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 but even now, even though he's still thinner, like he put on some weight. Like Porzingis, he's still just frail, dog. He's frail.
I feel, what has his injuries been?
Leg injuries, most.
They all been lower leg injuries.
Leg injuries all the time with him.
Damn,
legs all the time.
Which comes from being a thinner man and having to battle in the post with larger bodies. You know what I mean? Like when that comes with squatting down, trying to box out, all that is put. Which brings me to Kevin Durant. Y'all remember I told y'all, I was like, yo, Kevin Durant playing center, that might put too much stress on this man's body. Y'all remember I was telling y'all this.
Yeah, he can't play no center.
He plays center? He plays center for the Nets?
Man, they got him running a 5 tied at times, do stretches. And he's injured again. What? Didn't he get injured again?
He's been, I don't think he coming back till after the All-Star break.
Yeah, he not coming back till after the break.
They gotta make some trade. Yeah. They cannot allow Kevin Durant to play center, bro. They cannot.
Oh no, they can't do that.
He needs to play more 3 and sometimes 4. They got to take that stress off that man battling in the post with all them dudes. He ain't even like he ain't like a natural 260-pound dude.
Yeah. Well, Mo, I don't understand why they just put DeAndre and Jeff Green and switch them off on the 5s and leave KD at the 4 or the 3. I don't get that. They should put him, leave KD at the 4 or 3 where he's supposed to be.
They try that. Jeff Green
can't put them at the 5.
KD a better defender. Jeff Green, I think that's why. But yeah, KD just their best defender when they come down to the post, outside of DeAndre Jordan. When DeAndre Jordan wants to play,
right? When he wants to play. Yeah.
I heard they interested in Andre Drummond.
They should.
Yeah, that's been the talk.
How they gonna get him? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, they say Cleveland trying to buy him out. They say Drummond trying to get a buyout. They trying to buy him out.
I ain't hear that.
Yeah, because
I need my Lakers to be on that. I need my Lakers to be on that, bro. I need Marc Gasol up out of there, Todd. I need Marc Gasol up out of there, bro.
Marc Gasol. Look, I'm gonna tell you something. You need Marc Gasol for Jokic. Look, see, the Lakers thinking
he can come off the bench.
Look, no. The Lakers are thinking. They know that Denver is going to get better. And look, I'm gonna tell you something. Jokic is really athletic. But Marc Gasol is slow, but he has real good kind of quick twitch.
He's savvy.
He has a good IQ. And what I'm saying is, I think they got him specifically for when they play Jokic
for the postseason
because his body type just plays Jokic well. I'm just telling you.
I mean, he's a postseason player. That does make sense. But he need to be coming off the bench.
But I can understand getting rid of him based on the fact that he's not fitting the flow of the team. But you got weapons. Look, you got Montrezl Harrell. When AD come back off injury. You good.
I'm about to say, like, we gonna get one more big man somehow. We'll figure out. Marc Gasol is a good piece, man, for a lot of reasons. One is IQ. He has a very high basketball IQ, and LeBron loves that. He could pass for a big man, and he can also stretch the floor. He hits threes. You know what I'm saying? He could pass from anywhere in the court. Granted, he's a lot older than what he used to be, but he's still a good ass. He could give you a few good minutes. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. He can give you a few good minutes. I don't need him starting. Like it's been hard to watch with him out there sometimes.
So Keith, you want him to play 15 minutes. That's all you need. You need 15 minutes for him to sit down. That's it.
Like for a series. Like I need that to be per matchup, bro. Like I don't even need you doing that every game.
But but you remember last year in the playoffs, like Lakers, we had series where we didn't play McGee or Dwight Howard. You know what I'm saying? So we match up. Right. We try to have a full roster. We match up. Like if we don't need to pay Marc Gasol, we won't play him, and he won't. And he's a professional. He'll come at the next series and he'll be able to handle business.
Right.
We need players like that in the locker.
Like John, like Keith, y'all said, if y'all play Denver, you would probably need Marc Gasol more than you know what I'm saying. Anybody,
definitely great.
You know what I'm saying. Or Phoenix, you got to check Drake Ayton. You got Ayton.
Nah,
big Marc dude. You probably need him out there.
You need Harrell and Ayton. See, Ayton, look, I'm gonna tell you something about Ayton. Ayton got real quick kind of spins and nice little kind of post moves. Montrezl Harrell's good for that.
Yeah, he getting there.
You need Trez on.
We're gonna have AD back. We're gonna have AD.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm nervous about AD. Yeah. I am not as convinced as everybody else that AD's coming back. Or not coming back, but he's gonna finish the season. I'm very worried about that injury.
Well, he needs to take his time.
You feel nervous that he won't last the season. That's what you're saying. He won't. You think he won't last the season.
It feels eerily similar to Kevin Durant on Golden State when I saw his injury, like when I saw him go down, and just how he was like playing before, like leading up to that, like I'm very worried about it, dog. I do think he really has a serious like issue with that calf.
I think that he came into the season out of shape. I was looking at him out of shape.
It was too quick of a turnaround. I felt like that's kind of what I was worried about with the season going ahead and starting at the time that it did. Because I'm actually a little surprised we haven't had more injuries to like certain stars and stuff, especially some of the ones who played a little later in the bubble.
Like just won a championship. Just won a championship, right?
Yeah.
At age 37, playing every game, not missing it. He's the GOAT, right?
Tell him, John. I'm here. I got your back, big dog. Tell him, John.
Hey,
I'm just saying.
Where Corey at?
But look. This is what I love about the NBA, though. This is what I love about. Hey, first of all, what's up, Corey? Corey just jumped in. What's good, Corey?
James, how you doing, brother? Keith, John.
Yo.
Yeah, man. Yo. But I'm about to say, this is what I love about the NBA, man. We ain't even hit the trade deadline yet. You know, all the fireworks ain't gone off. Like the 4 to 6 weeks, what they saying for Anthony Davis. Will he come back? Who knows? You know, I'm hoping for the best for him. You know what I mean? Hey, but look, man, I had to throw this out there. I happened to be flicking through the TV, and I just happened to stop on Stephen A. Smith talking about, oh yeah, AD hurt. The Nets are gonna win it all. The Nets are gonna win it all. And I'm sitting there watching it, thinking it to myself, like, you know, KD hurt right now. And I'm not trying to put no bad juju out, but again, we just talked about my man playing center. Like, I don't think it's a lock for the Nets personally. And I think everybody about to see what I was saying about Philly. Like I've been telling y'all the first couple podcasts about Philly, about I think they're gonna end up being the favorite out the East.
Can I say
as
one
time
thing?
goes?
I just want to say the Nets are locked to come out the East.
Corey, I almost agree with you, bro.
The Nets are locked to come out the East.
I'm gonna say this.
KD is to the East what LeBron was to the East for years. It's
hold on.
Giannis ain't it. I don't care.
Hold on. I'm gonna
on
say this.
Whatever roster KD's on, they're coming out that conference pretty much.
Let me say this, Corey. Let me say this. Hey, the Nets and the Sixers is going to be a tough series, bro.
It's not. It's 5 games.
I think it's going to be a tough series.
That's 5 games.
I'm gonna tell you something.
That's 5. That's 5 right there.
It's 5.
You crazy.
I ain't gonna say 5.
All right, listen.
It's gonna be a tough series.
Mark my words. February 28th, 2021. The Nets ain't going. The Nets will not be champions, and I'm gonna tell you why.
They won't be champions, of course, but they'll be the
Nets
Eastern Conference.
May not even make it out. I don't think the Nets gonna come out the East. I'll tell you why.
It's guaranteed. It's guaranteed.
I don't think it's guaranteed. I don't even think it's guaranteed. KD stays healthy.
James, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why.
I don't think it's guaranteed that Kyrie Irving stays healthy.
No,
I don't think nobody can stop Kyrie though.
I'm gonna tell you why. KD and James Harden have already had success getting to the finals out the West as youngest. Kyrie has already had experience winning championships. So is KD. Kyrie is probably in the history of the game, probably the one of the best 2 punches. He's not a 1, but he's a 2 punch. He's one of the best 2 punches that the game has probably seen, and most consistent, I'll say. Him and LeBron, they had great success in Cleveland, and he showed what he could do on that stage. And then you add Harden to the mix, but then you talk about KD, come down, drill him in your face, just everything you want, everything you want in a player, everything you want to play, everything you want in a leader, everything you want in a champion. So
this is the thing. This is the catch. This is the catch, though.
And you have nobody in the East that's proven. You have nobody in the East that's proven.
Time out. This is the catch about Brooklyn. This the catch about Brooklyn. Niggas be missing sometimes. And the playoffs, a lot of times, that shot tighten up. You know what I'm saying? Like, they cannot hang their hat on nothing else but outscoring you. Now,
yeah, but John, how many teams can you score 140 points 4 times in a series?
It's only one basketball.
Can you hit? Can you hit like that?
I'm telling y'all,
can you hit like that? That's the question. Because they're gonna heat up.
I don't think the Nets are gonna stay healthy. I don't think, and this sounds messed up for me.
Yeah, that's gonna be a huge factor.
I don't believe the Nets are going to completely stay healthy. Yeah. Judging the load that's on these men's shoulders as currently constructed, if no drastic changes are made, I'm telling you, if they go into and they'll pick up a couple BS players in this stretch and play around with this time, I'm telling y'all, by the time the playoffs come around, KD gonna be burnt out. I'm telling y'all. Hold on. Let me ask y'all. Maybe injured. I'm trying to tell y'all. And I'm telling you something. Listen to me on this. The Sixers are built to win.
Who in the East is scary?
Philly gonna be a tough out for them.
Tell y'all what the Sixers did.
Philly gonna be their toughest matchup in the East.
Daryl Morey, he did something amazing.
5 games.
Dog, listen. Hey. Dog, Corey, you're not hearing me. He's surrounded. He's surrounded.
I think the East is wide open, bro. Just like it was last year.
Brooklyn won't lose more than 4 games on their way to the championship.
Bro, no.
Just smack.
No.
They're going to run.
I was about to say, I don't necessarily disagree with them. Like, I do feel like Brooklyn is. Remember when I said,
why do you all feel like that?
This is the only reason why I feel like that.
Kevin Durant doesn't need much, and he has the ultimate facilitator in James Harden. I mean, the man had a 60-point triple-double in his life, for goodness sakes. He has the ultimate. You're not going to get the ball with 4 seconds left on the shot.
You know why? You know why?
He was in OKC.
You know why I say that? Because they've only played 4 games, all 3 of them together, since they've been together. They only played 4 games together, all 3 of them being in the lineup. Right? Listen.
I'm listening.
All I'm saying is this: you got to see it before you can just say, yeah, they're gonna be unstoppable. I have not seen them. The 4 games they played together, they did not look that good. All 3 of them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
they did not look unbeatable. They lost to the Wizards.
Let me ask you, John. Okay, but let me ask you, John. If you had your druthers and you were putting a team together, would you as far as superstars playing together and trying to come together to share the rock, win collectively, cohesively, would you take Kyrie or Russell Westbrook?
I'm taking Kyrie because he's a bucket.
Exactly. So that's the only thing, that's the only recipe, that's the only ingredient you're missing from them already going to a championship earlier in their career. You have a better James Harden, you have a way better KD, and you have Kyrie instead of Russell. So the ingredients are there. They'll make it.
And you know what I think, Corey? You know what I think?
Make it.
They figured out their roles now. I watch them.
Exactly.
They know
James
the roles now.
We didn't need Kyrie.
Harden gonna be the passer, Kyrie gonna be the bucket, and KD gonna score whenever he feel like.
Hey, Todd.
You bona fide have 3 guys that can get you 45 to 50 anytime they want to.
I just want to tell y'all something. Playoff basketball is totally different from what y'all stand on a night-to-night basis in the regular season.
Yeah, but we're talking about 2 champions.
All right, so Rob, let me ask you
Brooklyn
this.
has 2 champions.
Let me ask you, Rob, who gonna beat them 4 times?
Brooklyn has 2. You're missing the
question.
You got to beat the Sixers 4 times.
And Brooklyn has
Sixers are going to be their toughest.
I'm trying to tell y'all.
No, James, you wonder something. Philly is going to be their toughest.
Keith.
Oh, Philly.
Before you say Philly's going to be the toughest out, though. Before you say Philly's going to be the toughest out, Embiid ain't showed me nothing. Giannis ain't showed me nothing.
What? Embiid ain't show you nothing. Embiid's in the MVP conversation.
Embiid kills, you know.
Hey, stop. See, let me say what I got to say.
I think he's talking about in the
now we going off the rail. Let me say what I got to say.
Giannis is back-to-back MVPs. We know how he do when the big show's on. So we don't care about MVP talk. We don't care about that.
All right, so this is what I'm saying.
MVP talk to take championships.
So this is what I'm saying. When you look about winning basketball, winning rings, you're thinking about team construction. You're thinking about, okay, how is a team built to handle different situations? When you look at Philly, Daryl Morey did something very smart. He surrounded 2 unstoppable forces, which is force 1, Embiid kind of in the post area. He's a force, kind of unstoppable in a sense.
Please don't say Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons, unstoppable on the go. He's unstoppable when he has a running head start.
If you're a guard in this century and you can't shoot,
let me finish.
If you're a guard in this century and you can't shoot, you're not unstoppable.
Let me finish talking, Corey. Let me finish, then you can go. Dog. Okay. Let me finish, and you can go. Y'all can say what y'all want to say, but assist is a part of the game. An assist is a part of the game. And when Ben Simmons is running full speed down court, he's a force. And y'all can say what y'all want to say. And Rod's not here to say this, but I've seen him take over the Dallas Mavericks game and put Luka in the box and take over it on the
I'm with you, Mo. I'm with you.
So y'all can laugh if y'all want. But what I'm saying is, Daryl Morey surmounted those two with a guy who can get already was there, a guy who can get his own shot and shoot the three in Tobias Harris, and two awesome knockdown three shooters in pressure situations in Steph Curry and Danny Green.
Yeah, I do. I feel like, Corey, you sleeping on Philly a little bit.
No, Philly's going to be very hard to beat because I'm telling you, the way they're constructed.
Philly's a good team on 2K.
Man, I just feel like y'all know every year, bro. Y'all know every year basketball season is a journey, bro.
Hey, I should have smoked before Corey came on this drink because Corey got me cracking up right now.
They good on live, NBA live. They good on
And with y'all next talk, if they don't make no changes, I don't know how they go through series after series of tough competition to make it.
And I agree with James on that. That's the only reason why I can't fully just go with Corey. Even though I do think they're the favorite to get out the East.
Who stops?
They don't make no changes.
Y'all saying Brooklyn can't win the championship because they're not going to be healthy.
As currently constructed, Ty, if they don't make any changes, they will not win a championship. I'll tell you.
I do think they need to make changes because you can't have KD playing the 5, bro. You cannot.
KD doesn't really play the 5 like that.
That's what I said.
It can't be like nothing.
Hey, but hold on. Why can't KD play the 5? Because in today's game, who's banging?
Nah,
bro.
Who's banging?
What do you mean? He's still in the post.
Against Embiid.
He's 6'11". Why can't he play the 5? I'm confused.
He's coming off an injury, and he has an offense. See, and this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
I'm saying when you're great, Kobe came back off a torn Achilles. People don't just come back off that. I'm saying when you're great,
you can't have a player who's coming back off a major injury like that, putting that load on.
You don't put limitations on legends. You don't put limitations on legends.
He's not a legend yet.
Nah, he's a legend in the making. Nah, I ain't gonna.
KD's not a legend yet.
Durant up there.
He beat Bron in the finals twice. You're a legend.
On a stacked team.
I don't care.
He's not a legend yet.
He's a legend.
Anyone that knows basketball knows he hasn't carried a team. He has never been a leader of a championship team. He's not a legend. He was
finals MVP twice.
I'm saying
I don't care.
2-time finals MVP.
In my eyes, he's not legendary.
How you gonna go on PG like that, bro? How you gonna do PG like that?
KD is a legend.
Come on now. Represent PG, J-Rob. Come on now.
And he one of the greatest offensive players of all time, but he's not legendary, bro.
Man, listen, his defense has improved too. That's why I say he could play the 5. Because
like if he's one of the greatest offensive players of all time, I feel like that's legendary.
Because he went out to sucker. He went out like a sucker.
No, he didn't go out like a sucker. He made a career move. He made a career move. He didn't go out like a sucker.
Man, he got his rings, but
he didn't go out like a sucker.
Look, Cleveland.
Y'all ain't gotta tell me nothing. He ain't compete. He lost to that team. He was up 3-1. He ain't compete.
Yeah.
Why'd he lose though? He lost. Got shot out the gym by his man.
Man, he lost. What happened to the other 3 games when he won?
Russell was playing like he had good sense.
Come on, bro. Don't blame it on Russ. That's what I'm saying. When you start blaming on Russ, y'all just
look at the Wizards.
Don't make it easy for KD, bro. Like we make a hard.
Damn right, I'm gonna blame it on Russ. Look at the Wizards.
The Wizards looking great.
Mr. Triple Double.
The Wizards looking great. What you talking about?
Can't get 500. Can't be 500, and you got the top score in the league. Learn how to get the ball up.
The Wizards are looking great.
Learn how to let your bigs.
We looking all right now. We looking all right now. They're doing all right now.
They're 73 in their last 10. Wizards are
73. Nobody care about them little win streaks. Wizards still gonna finish under 500. Wizards still won't make the playoffs. And Bradley Beal is still an underachiever. I don't care about 37 points a night when you shoot 37 times.
I like Bradley Beal. I wouldn't call Bradley Beal underachiever.
Bro, you don't even know what you're talking
play with nobody.
Hey,
you don't even know what you're talking about. He
ain't really played with nobody. And he named none of his teammates.
I can name damn near the whole Wizards team.
But you don't know what you're talking about. They're playing good basketball.
My goodness.
Listen, they're playing okay.
Who was Bill playing with that he could really spend on these last couple years?
Say it again.
Oh,
I said, who Bradley Beal been playing with these last couple years that you could say like he had enough help to even try to like to do something? Like how you say he underachieving?
I don't give any player benefit of the doubt per se. Kobe made them 6 seed with Smush Parker. You don't get to talk about teammates when you averaging 30, when you can go get 30, 37, something like that a night.
So how you say KD legendary then when he leave a team? I'm lost then.
Because he didn't fall short of the mark.
It don't matter how it happened.
He didn't fall short of the mark.
Look,
how many players switch teams?
How many players switch teams in free agency?
I'm saying,
look, I'm gonna be this. I think KD's right there, but he has to stamp it. Like LeBron Cleveland ring was such a stamp. Like that ring he got, and those rings he got in Miami, I do agree with beautiful. That. He did earn them. Don't get it twisted. But that Cleveland ring was a stamp. And I gotta be real with you. Like KD coming over to the Nets, Kyrie and James Harden coming over. You know, I know a lot of people are feeling like I'm telling y'all, this is a long season, as John said. And when you're playing NBA basketball, you know, a very fast, you know, and you're coming off an injury, and how much does KD weigh?
I'm not sure.
A buck 90.
Look, I'm being real. See, it's not so much. I'm not saying ability wise. I'm saying physically wise. When you weigh that much, you can go down and fight with those guys, but you feel it a lot more. You know, that's how I know Montrezl Harrell got heart, because that's how I know he just a warrior. Because he ain't the biggest dude. But
I'm gonna say something when you finish, Mobes.
Go ahead.
The finals are set, fellas. And y'all heard it here on February 28th. It's going to be Lakers and Nets. If AD and KD are healthy come playoff time, you're looking at Lakers Nets, and there's nothing that's going to stop that train.
I mean,
nothing that's going to stop that train.
You ain't worried about the Clippers at all, Corey?
Say it again?
I say you ain't worried about the Clippers at all?
I'm not worried about the Clippers.
You don't think they're going to get it together this year?
You mean the Dippers?
I ain't sleeping. I'm not one of them Laker fans who just think it's gonna be a cakewalk.
What you call them, boy?
Anything can happen, dog. What do you say?
The LA Dippers. We're not worried about those. We're not worried about little brother in the basement. We're not worried about little brother in the basement. We're not worried about that.
It ain't gonna be no cakewalk.
Oh, it's gonna be a cakewalk, Keith.
Nah, it ain't gonna be no cakewalk.
Nah,
it's gonna be a cakewalk.
This ain't the.
And I'm gonna tell you why.
Man.
First of all, Kawhi, you've been quiet. You've been quiet.
He's always quiet.
You've been quiet.
He's always quiet.
Oh no. You don't get to come out. You don't get to come out with hydraulic cars in your commercials, and then you the king of LA. You doing all this talking, and then you just go quiet. Oh no, either you're gonna be on the scene or you're not gonna be on the scene. And we ain't heard your name in a while, Kawhi. PG, never worried about you come playoff time. Never worried about you come playoff time. And we don't got the horse king. We don't got the horse king, Doc Rivers. Sound like he under his last breath every time he call a play. We don't got him on the sidelines no more, so we definitely ain't worried about the Clippers. I don't even know who their coach is. They're irrelevant.
It's Tyronn Lue.
Oh, exactly. So guess what? LeBron know everything he about to call. We ain't worried about that. We ain't worried about that at all.
I'm not one of them people who think it's going to be a cakewalk. Clippers, I don't know.
Can I say it's about the West? Can I say it's about the West?
What's up?
I know Bama's want to hype Utah and all this. I'm one of them people who don't respect them. I'm sorry.
Oh no, Utah's our biggest threat. Because when Shaq said that about Donovan Mitchell, they've been on fire ever since.
Let me tell y'all this. If the Lakers play Utah in the second round, which it might look like that might happen.
Oh, that's 6-7 games.
Lakers will beat them in 5.
Oh no, that's 6-7 games. That's 6-7 games.
Y'all heard it here.
Oh, let me tell y'all something, man.
Y'all heard it here first.
A lot of y'all looking at what y'all see right now.
Talk to me, John.
And thinking that's how it's gonna look a few months from now in the playoffs. It's not. Certain certain players play really good with no pressure. Certain teams are really good with no pressure. But come playoff time, it's a totally different basketball. And you gotta look at the rosters. Utah has a great roster. Great roster.
Yeah,
Denver has a great
come through in the playoffs.
Denver has a great roster. Everybody seems like they have a great roster, but the top
they look
4
good in the regular season, Roberts. They look good in the regular season.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the top 4 teams in the West is gonna be the Lakers, the Clippers, the Jazz, and the Nuggets, man. I'm telling you.
I think that's the top 4 as well.
From top to bottom, those are the top 4 teams in the West.
Nobody like Phoenix?
I do. Phoenix is my what did I call?
I like Phoenix better than Denver.
My dark horse team.
Depth. They can't be
my dark horse team. Phoenix gonna be a tough
Phoenix will provide some good games while I'm eating my food, but that's about it.
Phoenix gonna be a tough out.
Don't sleep. Joker and
Corey, what are you talking? Corey? What?
That's about it.
Chris Paul a tough out in the playoffs, dog.
So Phoenix is. So you watch Phoenix when you get some chicken wings and Momo coffee.
It's LA or die. It's LA or die. I'm not worried about the other.
You ain't worried about AD at all?
The only team in the West I'm worried about is Utah. That's it.
Really?
That's because, and I'm telling you why. Because they have everything a good basketball team needs. They have cohesion. They got a guard that can get you 50, and they got a big man that can protect the rim like nobody else in the league. Period. And they're well coached. They're well coached. I like Quinn Snyder.
Gobert every time they play, bro. I watch them all the time. He gets 35 on Gobert every time. 35.
This a lot of people don't realize, but so sleep about Utah.
I like Utah. They're well coached.
You got Donovan. Listen, you got Donovan Mitchell. You know what he's gonna do. Gobert. He's a walking double-double. He protects the rim. But
easy, John.
They got Bogdanovich who can knock it down. But don't forget about Mike Conley.
Mike Conley.
And they got Ingles.
Comeback player of the year. Mike Conley.
And then they got Clarkson averaging 17 off the bench.
Yes.
I like Clarkson.
Yes.
I like Clarkson.
Another former Laker.
Utah is a real player. Utah is a real player in the West.
Yeah.
Utah to the West is more dangerous than Philly to the East.
Nah,
I don't say that. I ain't gonna say that.
Utah is more of a threat to LA than Philly is to Brooklyn. Brooklyn might sweep Philly.
Let me say this about the East though. The East is wide open, bro. Just as granted, Brooklyn is in the play like favorite, but I'm gonna tell y'all something. Don't sleep on the Wizards, bro, when they get in the playoffs.
Come on, Roberts. Come on, Roberts.
Excuse me.
Talk about the
Y'all by yourselves on that one.
The Wizards.
Excuse
me. In the playoffs, dog.
And Westbrook, my favorite player.
The Wizards ain't making no noise in the playoffs.
I'm gonna be completely honest.
Westbrook, my favorite player.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I would much rather have Keith Glover, James Mobley, and John Roberts in their prime than the current Wizards team right now. I would rather have the guys I grew up playing ball with. Give me James Mobley, John Roberts, and Keith Glover in their prime over the Wizards right now. I would take it.
Hey man, I'm just saying they might knock a team off in the playoff.
Oh my God.
I would take it. That's what I trust. Because John Roberts in his prime is better than Russell Westbrook any day.
Oh my God.
Yo, Corey, you killing me over here.
Sorry, man.
I ain't gonna disrespect the Wizards like that. I don't see them making no noise.
Let's just be real about it, man. Like, Westbrook gonna get his triple dub. Bradley Beal gonna get his buckets, but they ain't gonna do that.
James,
I feel the same way, James.
James, we don't need no more triple doubles out of Westbrook. We need double doubles. I need you to let your bigs, because it's something about what you're doing that's not a recipe for winning.
Son, I said this, and I said the same thing.
It's something about
Facebook.
what you're doing that's not a recipe for winning.
And he my boy. That's my boy in the league.
I don't care
about
the
same way.
He has made me forget completely about giving a damn about triple doubles. I don't care about
triple doubles. He's not efficient. He's not efficient at all.
Hey, this James Harden ain't been efficient, and I've seen never to the Western Conference Finals.
Well, if you really look something about
Westbrook.
Hold on. If you really look at it, James ain't really had much help in his career.
You can make that case here.
Post
Who,
OKC,
James Harden?
James ain't really had much help. Post
Before Chris
OKC.
Paul and them got there.
You talking about Chris Paul them when he had Chris?
Him and Chris. Now, certain players just can't coexist. Him and Chris couldn't coexist.
But honestly,
he's not Devin Booker. He's not Devin
Chris,
Booker. He needs the ball in his hand.
Probably would have got it. Him and Chris.
Devin Booker don't need the ball in his hand. Devin Booker, you know, he do what he do, catch and shoot. He's more of a his game has a couple more steps than Clay. I look at Devin Booker like I look at Clay, but he has to do a little more. He's able to do a little more than Clay, but he still can't shoot like Clay. He can shoot like shit.
He could do a little bit more on the ball than Clay, but Clay play better defense than him.
Yeah. He does. And where James Harden is now, James Harden with a dog like KD, and when you're looking over at a nigga like Kyrie, the Nets literally have 3 guys that can get you 45 whenever they want to.
Whenever they want.
And you have a point guard. You have a point guard that doesn't mind distributing.
Not whenever they want to.
And James Harden is crafty.
They got to do it all the time.
That's why I say, man.
They got to do it all the time, Corey. They got to do it all the time, Corey. That's a lot to do for a whole season and playoffs. James,
when you got 3 unicorns, how many nights is somebody not going to be going?
You say, what you say, Robert?
I said Paul George choking down the stretch right now.
That's what he do.
No, I'm saying when you got 3 unicorns, how many nights are you going to have where all 3 of them off? It only take one of them to be on.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that they have to exert a lot of energy for them 3 to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm letting y'all know.
I don't my prediction is them going if they make some type of move. They cannot go into the playoffs as they're currently constructed.
Why not? Who's better? Who's better?
Corey. Hey, Keith, Corey. My biggest thing with this, and Mobes know this, the best way to go at them and beat them is you got to make them play defense, bro. Like you making Kyrie play defense and James Harden play defense every possession. That's going to take away from some of their offense production. Even if you got KD, he got a pound against Embiid and Harris and all. That's going to take away from some offense production, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like,
no, it's not.
It is.
It didn't stop her. Playing both ends of the floor didn't stop players like Jordan. It didn't stop players like Kobe. It didn't stop players like LeBron. It didn't stop players like Pippen. It's not going to stop a player like KD. You got to allow a legend to be a legend.
It's one thing to allow them to play defense,
just because he's going to get 45 on the other end don't mean he's going to be lax on defense.
Man. It's not asking them to relax on defense.
If you want to switch the argument, and Jordan didn't have those. Jordan didn't have those tough assignments on defense.
Yes, he did. He didn't have to because Pippen was guarding.
Jordan wasn't asked to play the 5. Like you asking a typical wing player.
What's
You're asking a normal wing player to play.
They got to give my man some relief. They got to give KD some relief.
What's the 5 in a small ball league, though? What's the 5 in a small ball league?
All right.
But you got Draymond Green. You got 6'9" Draymond Green playing the 5.
Yeah, but you don't know if a team sees KD in the playoffs playing the 5, like they're gonna have somebody in there they're gonna take him in the post. Like they're gonna.
But you got to be thorough.
Situational basketball.
But you got to be thorough. You got to be thorough too, though. You got to be thorough, Keith. You can't just say I'm 6'11", 7 feet, and I'm just a center. You got to be thorough. How many thorough centers do we have? Now, if they asking KD to guard Embiid, he gonna have an issue on his hands.
They'll never ask you that. They'll never
have an issue on his hands.
It's gonna be some wear and tear if he got to guard Brooke Lopez. Like if Brooke Lopez take him out.
That's easy work.
I'm not saying he can't guard Brooke Lopez. I'm saying he's having to guard a 7-foot center.
Brooke Lopez, we get in the mind. We get in the mind. We call you a bitch for 48 minutes.
For example,
we get in the mind.
For example, like I was saying, I remember the 2016 finals, right? We was running 2016 finals. We were running picks at Steph Curry to get the switch on Steph Curry to make him play defense. That drained him.
Yeah,
it drained him.
That's what I'm saying. Like teams are gonna do something.
You're gonna go at James Harden. You're gonna go at Kyrie, and if KD is guarding the post, you're gonna throw it to the post and make him foul, make him play defense. That's what you have to do.
Sounds
good.
You can't
tell me it's not gonna be effective. It will be effective.
Sounds good. It has to. You have to execute.
Bro,
and great players are great players because they don't allow you to execute.
And on top of all of that, John, everything you said, these guys have to do this every game in the playoffs.
Exactly, James. Tell it, James.
And this is what I'm saying. These guys have to do it all the time. As presently constructed, Joe Harris will give you some buckets. I ain't going to shit on him. Spencer Dinwiddie, if he's healthy, he's nice. But outside of them, I mean, Jeff Green is decent, but he ain't going to win a game for you. Outside of them, they got to do it every game for every game of the series, including getting through this regular season. It's a lot of stress as currently constructing on that team. And I'm just being real with y'all.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Even though I do feel they're the favorite in the East.
As talented as
I do too. I think they're favorite in the East too. I'm just saying it could be difficult for them.
I don't think it's necessarily going to be a cakewalk, but I think they're the favorites. And you got to take into account like this is going to be their first time playing in the playoffs together. Like you don't know how don't know how it's going to go. I just feel like
Keith is basketball. We talking about 10. We talking about 10 years.
My favorite.
We talking about 8 to 10 year vets. But it's not that complicated. We're talking about 2 champions.
Them being veterans and stuff, that's what plays to their advantage. Like that's why I feel like they're going to be a tough out because when it comes down to the last 10 seconds, they're going to on any given night, they're going to probably have the top 3 dudes who you want to have the ball in their hands in the last. So I feel like situational basketball, like they're going to they're all clutch.
And let me say this:
Philly's
we just saw Embiid crying because he lost to Kawhi and the Raptors. What you think KD and these Nets about to do? Because let's just put it plain. It's not a trio. It's KD and the Brooklyn Nets. He's arguably the best. He's arguably one B as far as best players in the league. It's LeBron 1A, KD 1B. And that's only because LeBron ain't really gotten his business on the biggest stage. So, but LeBron is still recognized to me as the top player in the game. I don't give a damn about Giannis. Giannis got to put some rings on him. Giannis need these. Giannis need to respect him.
Availability is best ability.
You're absolutely right, John. But we talking about this early in the season. It's not like we haven't seen players rehab injuries throughout the year and then come back and have successful playoff runs.
I think KD is too, honestly, I really think KD is too damn slim, bro. I think he's
Anthony Davis has never been a Brett Favre Iron Man type player. He ain't never been that type of player. But we won a championship last year.
Why he don't like playing center. And
but I'm saying we won a championship last year. He's never been an Iron Man player.
He's bigger than KD.
But
exactly.
Which puts more pressure. Which puts more pressure on.
He's bigger than him. He don't like playing center. Like how you expect that for KD to do it?
That's all I'm saying. I don't think KD will make it if they don't get my man some relief.
They need to make it.
The playing center. KD's not playing center for 48 minutes. Y'all are missing it. He's not playing center for 48 minutes.
I agree with you right there. No, I agree with you right there.
He's not playing center for 48 minutes.
Power
he ain't playing center for 48 minutes.
He's not, but he's playing the 4. That's still somewhere in the post. He used to play 3 his whole career. Now he's playing the 4.
James, that's cool. As the league transitions, how many people do you see banging?
Really that different now.
How many people do you see banging in the post?
It's not that different now for regular healthy KD. I'm saying he's coming off an injury. He needs relief.
The injury.
Next GM, give my man some help, or he ain't gonna make it to the playoffs.
James, but let me say this: injuries in today's time, with technology, they're not as grave as they once were. Like we don't look at
injuries are grave when you have previous injuries,
but we don't look at injuries
get graver. Injuries get worse.
What's he out on right now?
You said what?
What's he out on right now? What injury is he out on right now?
It's a hamstring.
Hamstring. Yeah. Okay.
And that's one of them injuries that are, like LeBron had it that year. Is one of them things. So I'm saying, like, that shows you right there. There's a lot of stress being put on his body right now.
Yeah. Barring no injury. I
feel like this injury is a cautionary tale in a sense.
Barring no injury, I don't see them going more than 5 games with any opponent in the East. Honestly.
Philly's going to be a tough out.
What if KD's
Philly's not going to be? I'm going to tell you why Philly's not going to be a tough out. Coaching.
Come on, man.
You said that's the reason why they're not going to be a tough out?
Coaching.
Steve Nash ain't proven nothing.
Steve Nash is going to just out-coach Doc Rivers?
Doc Rivers is ass. I'm here to tell you. And if you want me to expound, I can expound.
But listen,
Steve I got all the smoke. I got all the smoke for Doc Rivers.
Only you can say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want to say about Doc
got
Rivers.
all the smoke for Doc Rivers.
You can say whatever you want about Doc Rivers, but Steve Nash isn't proven enough for you to say he's a good coach. He's not proven enough. So you really can't say shit about coaching.
Say it again.
You can't say shit about coaching because Steve Nash isn't proven at all. So you might as well be coaching.
I was going to say, how you know Steve Nash going to be a good coach in the playoffs? We're not saying he won't, but like, yeah, like what John just said. Like, how can you think
He's
that
not
about
proven,
Doc Rivers
right?
and
Because if Phil Jackson,
Steve Nash?
hey, I'm gonna say this: if Phil Jackson's a good coach, Steve Nash can be a good coach. Phil Jackson ain't never won a championship without Jordan or Kobe. So he ain't never won a championship without Jordan or Kobe. So if Phil Jackson can be considered
great
a good
players
coach,
have been great coaches though.
Exactly. So you need great players, and he has great players. Steve Nash will be the Eastern Conference
I'm making a
representative.
point about Steve Nash though.
Phil Jackson had to start somewhere, didn't he?
But Phil Jackson wasn't a great player. Like I'm asking, who's a great player that you've seen be a successful coach? That's the only thing
Who's
that
a
would
great
give
player? Who's a great player that I've seen be a successful coach? Bill Russell.
You ain't see that, bro.
That's what YouTube for, Keith.
Jason Kidd was a good coach.
Jason Kidd is a hell of a coach.
Jason Kidd's probably the best example. Yeah,
Mark Jackson,
probably the best example.
Mark Jackson is another one. Larry Bird has
Mark
success.
Jackson, they did him dirty, man.
Larry Bird has success.
Mark Jackson really built that.
Oh yeah, Larry Bird's the best. Yeah, Larry Bird's a good one.
That Golden
Larry
no,
Bird has
Mark
success.
Jackson is. Mark Jackson built that Golden State team that won all.
He
the
definitely
rings.
did. But I just feel like Bird's a better player. I was just thinking on the level of player and what they did as coach.
And one day we gotta dissect this. One day we gotta dissect this Larry Bird versus Michael Jordan in the 80s talk. Because I really want to get into that.
Get into
Bird versus Jordan in the 80s. Yeah. I want to dissect Jordan versus Bird.
Oh, all right.
All right, but listen. All right, so we did all right, so let's get to Boston, then we can do that. So Boston, as everybody know, Boston is not like looking how everybody think they or thought they should look. Of course, Kemba Walker coming kind of off an injury, but still, like it seems weird because individually, Jaylen Brown's like having like the best season of his life, and Jason Tatum's having a decent season, but they still
Jaylen Brown having a really good season.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown's having a real good year.
Wow,
he's been balling.
I'm missing it.
Yeah, he's averaging like 20 something.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's balling, and
I actually think he's playing better than Jason Tatum.
But
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
A lot of players, if you look at it, a lot of players' numbers are up this year.
Jaylen Brown, he's this is the best I've seen him look this year.
Yeah, he looked good.
He's definitely been playing well. I think he's been the best player on Boston all year.
Yeah, but they're losing. So I mean, so what do y'all think? Like, so that's what I was about to bring forward. Like, we know Kemba Walker's coming off an injury, but even without him, they got a decent team. Marcus Smart is also hurt. That could be a big thing. But what do y'all think? Is it coaching? You know, is it Brad Stevens? What's going on?
Unless you have a Kobe Bryant, unless you have a James Harden, a Steph Curry, somebody like that in these times, you need a big. You need a dominant big. And the Celtics have neglected that position for at least the last 5 or 6 years. Aaron Baines and Kelly Olynyk and bum-ass niggas like that are not going to cut it.
You don't like Tristan Thompson?
Tristan Thompson, good. He good for 17 rebounds, but I need more than 6 points.
Hey, look, this is going to sound completely insane what I'm about to say.
He's a poor man's Andre Drummond.
They are going to develop Taco Fall in Boston, and he one day will be a decent player.
Taco Fall gonna get traded in the offseason, Jay.
Yeah, I don't even think I feel like he can't even stay healthy. I feel like he's not athletic enough. I think he's too big for his body, bro.
He's injured.
He's a fan attraction.
He's not necessarily injured, but like I feel like they monitor his minutes because I feel like they're afraid of him getting hurt. Because there's no reason why he shouldn't be playing. Why he not starting? How he not they starting center? How Taco Fall been in the league for some years now?
I think he's more so. He's not that skilled. He's not that skilled. I think he's more so. He has to be developed. But I mean,
how skilled do you have to be at 7'11"?
Exactly. But see, that's what he got there. His height. You know what I mean? But but in a sense,
you open all night.
You
open all night. You open 24/7. You 7'11".
Yeah.
How skilled do you got to be?
I don't think his body built I don't think his body built to last really a whole season like that. I feel like that's why I don't play him like that, Jay.
Man, if I was Taco Fall, I would stand right out. It would be almost a legal defense every possession.
You could that's what I'm saying. I don't get why they don't play him. Like Boston, I don't think is a threat at all in the East, and I feel like
me neither no
Brad
more.
Stevens,
and I used to think
his voice done wore thin. I don't know. I just feel like maybe run his course.
It's still early.
What is it?
I think Boston will be in the mix when it's all said. I think it's early, and I think Kemba's coming back off injury, and I think they're going to work on some team chemistry issues, and they'll be in the playoffs. Boston probably finish at the 5. That's like, so everybody's saying what's wrong with Boston. I'm saying that it's a long season, and everybody knows teams go through stretches. So like
my bad. I was about to say, I feel like I ain't seen Kemba look good the whole time he's been in Boston, honestly.
Well, he's been injured. He's been injured. So he's just coming off injury.
Kemba's starting to look like Ben Gordon. We're starting to forget about you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like he has really progressed since he's gotten to Boston.
You just looking like Ben Gordon.
He was injured.
He was hurt last year too?
No, not last year.
Yeah, I didn't think he looked that good last year either, honestly. Especially in the playoffs when they was going against
he's another Ben Gordon.
Yeah, like it was just a bunch of times he was just out there dribbling and running the clock, bro. Like not even making no plays.
I don't even want nobody that nice on my team. Like, you too nice. You smile too much. I need to see a scowl. I need to see you go out there and get 30 and mug with them niggas.
ain't he looking at Kemba Walker, somebody who smiled and stuff like that.
You too nice.
I like Kemba. I liked him when he was in Charlotte, but he is definitely not playing. Like, I feel like
I like them at UConn.
They need to trade him, honestly.
I like them at UConn. That was it.
I liked him in Charlotte. But Boston doesn't need a scoring guard. I feel like that's what
if you only seen them on Sports Center top 10, ain't like you was watching Hornets game. They wasn't there.
Hornets my second team. That's Carolina. That's in North Carolina. Charlotte Hornets. That's my second team after the Lakers. I pay attention to them. Like, I like LaMelo doing right now.
Oh, so you a little bit? Oh, I'm about to get.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, 10 times better than his brother.
He the best one.
Oh yeah.
James picked him as James thinks that he's about to be like that next dude. James ain't looking, and it's looking like it looks like it's coming to fruition.
I called it. I've been telling people for a long time.
James, you definitely hit on that one.
Yeah,
you definitely hit on.
LaMelo has been looking terrific, bro. I love how Charlotte's been looking. Him, once Devontae Graham comes back out, they'll look a lot better. But Tim, Terry Rozier, and Gordon Hayward, them three been nice and Miles Bridges, him and LaMelo Ball been calling themselves Airbnb out there. I love that nickname. I love that nickname, y'all. They've been nice down there, though. I like Charlotte.
Dog, I'm gonna tell you about LaMelo Ball. That this is why I'm saying he's gonna be one of them dudes. When LaMelo Ball enters the game changes. Like the whole game changes. Like the whole flow of the game. They've been
starting them recently. I think Charlotte in the playoffs now since they've been starting them. Like Charlotte's been playing real well since he entered the lineup, dog. I fuck with that dude hard, man. He plays. He has a real nice feel to the game.
Real quick, let me ask y'all: is LeBron still number one in the MVP voting in y'all opinion, even with the recent slide, or has Embiid kind of overtook him again?
I feel like he has had a slide, but he's still a top MVP candidate. Like I feel like it's a. Let me think. Well, Steph Curry is entering it, but in my head, I feel like it was a 2-man race. Like I feel like it was either between Embiid or LeBron.
And personally, I think LeBron's still up there at that spot. And I think voters and people outside understand that AD's injured, and that's a big piece of their team. So there's going to be, after AD gets injured, there's going to be a time frame where you're trying to figure out how to fill that gap to kind of plug the hole until he can come back. So I still put Bron up there, and that's going to happen when a team loses an AD. There's going to be a portion of time, and I think honestly, this time is going to be good for the Lakers because I think Kuzma can have some time to develop into a more consistent player. If he look, you shake your head.
Giving up on Kuzma, James.
Kuzma showed flashes, and now he'll have
all he is flashes. That is definitely all
opportunities. So maybe
I can't stand Kuzma.
He's so frustrating to watch, James. Because like what you're saying,
are y'all trading him? Are y'all gonna move him?
I hope so.
I don't want to move him. That's the crazy thing. Like, I don't want to move him because I'm still holding on that he's going to fulfill this potential. Because what you're saying, James, is not wrong. He shows these flashes where he
like
can come off the bench and drop damn near 40 out of nowhere.
Yeah, but your play is so your play is so ineffective. And your
It's
attitude
also
is
predicated on the shooting. Like, if he's
your
not having a
attitude
good
is so
shooting night,
nonchalant.
he doesn't affect the game at all, really. He's got a little better at like getting rebounds, like being a better off the ball rebounder and all that different stuff. But if his shot isn't going, he doesn't affect the game.
This the thing. This the thing too, though. You had the unique opportunity. You as a first round draft pick, late first round draft pick, you have the unique opportunity, and this is something serious to take into account when you talk about young players and the mentality and the maturation and how you want their careers to. What you looking at your investment. You had the unique opportunity to be drafted while Kobe Bryant was still a Laker.
So Kuzma wasn't there. Kuzma wasn't there with Kobe.
No, Kuzma wasn't there for Kobe.
Nah, the last draft class that was there with Kobe was Russell, D'Angelo Russell, Clarkson, and
was it Russell and Ingram?
Nah, Ingram came right after that. It was Ingram came right after because they gave Ingram Kobe's jersey. Ingram came right after Kobe. It was right after he retired.
Kobe was still a prominent presence in the Laker organization.
Yeah.
So you've been around Kobe, and then now you're around LeBron, and your game has took no steps.
They got rid of all the other young players.
Look. Now I'm gonna tell y'all the real thing that's his growth got stunted, and I'm gonna tell you why. Kuzma had a real good rookie season, and then the next season his role was greatly diminished. You know what I mean? So like, let's be real. Like Kuzma's his progression is so weird because he had a decent rookie season, right? Where he was up there in discussions for rookie of the year, right? And then the next season, his role changes, and then the next season, his team goes through a whole change. You know what I mean? So I mean, like it for me, like he never really had a chance to play like a 30-minute. Like if he played on the worst team, like and had more time to play on the court, more time to get confidence in that experience over time, I think Kuzma might be a completely different player if he's on a Minnesota Timberwolves or somebody like that and starting.
I want to agree with you because like we said, his rookie year was so good. He was the one young player they wanted to hold on to. Like in the trades and stuff, like there's a reason why he was the one who they was trying to hold on to is because like he could get when he gets hot, he's great. But I feel like what they didn't really anticipate is like what you said, his growth getting stunted. Like after that rookie year, his role completely changed. Like all of a sudden we started looking at him to be like the sixth man for us, the third guy and all that different stuff. And I don't know. It's starting to feel like he wasn't really ready for it because he was always supposed to be like our Dennis Schroeder, like our third guy. He was supposed to be the third guy after LeBron and AD or whatever. And there was no sighting of him in the playoffs, no sighting of him in the championship, anything. Like he's, like I said, his whole game is predicated on if his jump shot is going. If his shot isn't going, he's completely irrelevant out there on the court.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy, dog. And that's what's so frustrating about him.
But I think that comes along with youth. Like he's young. I think you go from a rookie season being the man, and then you go to the next season, and you don't even know if you're gonna, be able to be at that same. Like I could see how that could mess with somebody's confidence or mess with somebody's head in a sense. But and he's young, so I mean, I feel what y'all saying. But if y'all feel that way, why not trade him for what you think will help? If you guys were to trade him, what would y'all get?
But this is the thing: as an individual, how much better do you want to be? That's what I want to know. Because everybody got the same 24 hours in a day. When you're getting paid to play basketball, how much are you working on your craft? How much how disciplined are you? How hard are you working? You're a millionaire. You're getting millions of dollars to play this game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not cutting these athletes no slack. That's why I get on here and call them ass. That's why I get on here and call them ass easily.
I don't know if he's ass.
Millions of dollars to get out your bed and play a game.
He's not ass, but he's frustrating. He is
no. I'm not calling Kuzma ass, but I'm saying, what's your work ethic? What's your work ethic like?
But see, what I'm saying is, and what I'm saying, when you're
around great minds of the game.
But listen,
Jason Kidd is your assistant coach. LeBron is on your team. You had Kobe in the building. They kept you and gave away Ingram.
Yeah.
And you see what Ingram is doing. Ingram's an all-star. You're not an all-star.
But Ingram has had more responsibility placed on him and more opportunity to grow because he was starting.
But there's been times when LeBron got hurt with us, LeBron's first year. Kuzma's had times to step up, and he's never really done it. When LeBron had that stretch when he was hurt, that first year with us with Ingram and all that, like Kuzma didn't step up. He didn't really he's had multiple moments, times where even this period now, we don't have Anthony Davis. Like you ain't heard Kuzma's name this whole time. Like we went on a slump and stuff when we didn't have Dennis Schroeder and everything. Now we getting back to looking like us because Schroeder's back. Like Kuzma was there the whole time.
You're right.
Yeah, like you're right about his upside, and that's the reason why we keep keeping him. But it's like if you're supposed to be that guy, we're not going to go trade for Schroeder to be the third guy. We're not going to go get the other 6-man-a-year candidate or a 6-man-a-year person, Montrezl Harrell. If you believe in Kuzma like that, like you're not going to get all this when he's supposed to be the third guy.
I think they were important. They were important in terms of depth. When you lose Rondo, adding a Schroeder, that gives you depth and it gives you youth. So I like that move. And Harrell, both of them. I mean, you need more body. You need as many bodies in the paint as you can get.
Okay, all right. So let's look at it like this. What year did LeBron come to the Lakers? 2019?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
All right, so 2017, Kuzma averaged 16 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. 2018, he averaged 18.7 points, so about 19 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 2.5 assists. 2019, that's when LeBron comes, right? Averages 12.8, 4.5, 1.3. 2020, 11, 6, and 1. What I'm saying is, even if you look at it, and I look at his minutes per game, he had a big reduction in minutes per game. 2017, he played 31 minutes a game. 2018, he played 33 minutes a game. 2019, he played 25 minutes a game. And this year, the only reason why his average is up is because AD is hurt. He's at 25.8 now. If AD's not hurt, that average, I guarantee you, is at probably around 20 minutes a game if AD's not hurt. And that's what I'm saying. When you take a guy who was in rookie of the year talks, and the next year, his sophomore year, he actually improved. He actually had an increase of stats. But then the next year, LeBron comes in, and everything changes. So what I'm saying is, while I understand what you're saying, you guys are right given the facts and what happened. What I'm saying is, simply, if he was on a team like Minnesota and he had 35 minutes a game, I could see him averaging over 20, maybe 20 or more points a game, as streaky as he is. If he was dependent on the score and the coach told him you had the green light, Kuzma would get 20 a game, I believe.
And that's cool, Mobes. That's cool, Mobes.
Ain't gonna win nothing.
Kuzma averaging 18 to 20. Does that equate to wins?
No, it
don't.
How
are you getting it?
But what I'm saying is he's not trash. But let's be real here.
Oh no, Kuzma not trash.
He's frustrating.
He's frustrating to watch. I swear he's frustrating to watch.
Bro. When you watch the Lakers, like that's what I'm saying. Like even during stretches like this, like AD not even playing. Like Kuzma should
be Jaylen Brown, because when you look at the Celtics, you think Kemba, you think Tatum. Honestly, you don't think Jaylen Brown.
Nah, it's changing now. Like when
Jaylen and Tatum. That's my point. Why is it changing? Because Jaylen Brown is not giving any slack, saying, "Look, this these guys' team. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna ball every night.
No, that's because you go out there. I'm
gonna ball every night. You're gonna know my name. Kuzma gotta say, "You gonna know my name."
Yeah,
but listen.
Like, it's so frustrating.
Jaylen Brown actually gets more minutes because Marcus Smart is injured and Kemba Walker was hurt. That's why Jaylen Brown is getting more time, and it's working for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
but can Kuzma be my Jaylen Brown, please?
Yes.
Because we got LeBron and AD. Can you be my Jaylen Brown? They got Kemba and Jason
like
Tatum.
I said.
Can you be my Jaylen Brown?
Hey, Corey,
it is a long season, but like you just said, the last 2 years we've seen them regress.
Listen to me. It's a long season and greatness. If they trade him, good. If they don't trade him, just trust and have faith that greatness is contagious, and eventually he'll catch on.
If he gets traded, he's gonna get packaged as some superstar.
Y'all are better basketball players. Y'all are better basketball players than I ever was. Y'all know when you a dog on the court, because both of y'all been the dog on the court at times. When you a dog on the court, ain't nothing gonna stop you. Now y'all have been dogs on the court with other dogs on the court, but you still got off.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying, James?
Yeah.
I done seen you crush Bama's in college when we giving them work.
Yeah, you already know.
So you know it's like, okay, Kuzma, you're a professional. You're playing 20 to 25 minutes. For them 20 to 25 minutes, I need you to be a dog. Period.
But here's the
Period.
thing.
It's no slack in that. It's
in the same regard. In everything you just said,
I mean, it's like his fourth year in the league now, James. Like
but I need you to be a dog.
But Corey, I'm gonna piggyback on what you said. Just how you say you need them to be a dog. See, when Keith, me, or anybody first walked into that gym, they weren't the dog. They had to learn, and everybody eventually. It took some people longer to learn different things. People picked up different things, but it takes time. And when you have such a role change. Like if you experience, think about it. Like if coach is telling you you're going to start next year, you've been working in the system, you've been doing your thing, and then the next year they brought in somebody else to take your spot. Sometimes if you young, that could really mess with your mentality. It can make you like, dang, I'm busting my ass and what for?
Speaking from experience, it didn't take James Mobley 3 or 4 games to tap in.
No,
speaking from experience, it didn't take James Mobley 3 or 4 games to tap in. He was tapped in from the time we stepped in the gym. He was gonna get his shots off.
Like what? I'm trying to tell you, man, Kuzma, he's a frustrating ass player to watch, bro.
I believe.
Hey Keith, I done had games go to 16. James score 15 of the points, and we get a dub.
I can believe that. I remember hearing the stories from y'all.
It didn't take him long to get heated up.
And that's what we saying, man.
You know you got game, you gonna play it.
Yeah.
Period.
But I'm saying Kuzma still, and just like I was saying, like, hey, Keith.
I think it's LA. I think it's the environment. I think certain people in those environments, like, because even when him and Lonzo first got drafted, they were rookies, but they were rookies in LA. So when you follow them on social media and stuff like that, you kind of see and get a gist of the personality, where your mind is at as a youngin'. Man, that's a hard city to concentrate. Period.
Right.
And I actually think the loss of Lonzo,
you gotta have a different focus just being out LA in general.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. Just like people try to cancel Ben Simmons, and we're seeing Ben Simmons even though his jump shot ain't improved, he's still kind of improving in different areas. I think everybody's evolution is different. And when you see somebody, my big thing, my two things is this: if you're young and you have talent, I can't write you out. If you're 24, 25 years old and you have talent, but maybe not the mentality, who's to say one day you won't get it? You know what I mean? So I can't count Kuzma out quite yet, but I understand you guys saying he's frustrated. Like, I can understand that. I can understand.
At the same time, James, in this league and in sports, at 24, 25 years old, you're 2 years from being a journeyman.
Kyle Kuzma is the Lakers' Ben Simmons.
You're 2 years from being a journeyman.
He's our Ben Simmons.
The shelf life of an athlete is about 30, 31. Like 30, 31, you're looking at the downside of your career. Because in athletics,
nowadays, I'll say about 33. Nowadays, I'll say about 33.
33 if you're great. But in athletics, like you come in these leagues at sometimes 19, 20, 21. So by 25, 26, you're considered a veteran. By 27, 28, you're considered a journeyman, because if you're not a staple on these teams, you've been moved around because of the lack of service.
All right, so let's be honest.
I don't see if we don't win the championship this year, I don't see Kuzma being on our team for the foreseeable future.
And
that's just when Murray had a little line.
It depends on how he play. If he play well and we don't win, like I don't think that's going to happen.
If Kuzma plays well, it's no way we don't win.
Go. He might start balling. He might just start balling.
If he plays well, it's no way we don't
really need him to really ball like that too.
Yeah, you do with AD out. You need everything you can get, brother.
With AD out, yeah. But no, if AD comes back and he healthy, like I mean, even we proved it last year. Like we don't need Kuzma to really do anything that.
But this is what I'm saying. This could be good for the Lakers if Kuzma can get a rhythm or find a flow in this season.
You're right.
When AD's
I'm
out,
hoping for it, bro.
That would be perfect because when AD come back, that would just make y'all stronger. So I'm saying like it may not be a bad thing. Let Kuzma go out there and look stupid sometimes. Give him as much experience on the court. Let him get some confidence.
He has confidence.
Listen. If you're not going to trade him, then just say, look, be frustrated with him, but damn it, he has upside. Just like people was when Ben Simmons wanted to shoot the three, the GM was like, oh, I hate that shit, but I can't let him go. You know what I mean? If you feel like that, then you just gotta let him grow. It might take him a little longer than everybody else. Look, Jason Tatum at one point
Philly should have pulled.
Be the next one.
Philly should have pulled that trigger on James Harden though. They should have packaged Ben Simmons and whatever else you needed to do.
No.
They should have pulled that trigger on James Harden.
I've seen Ben Simmons affect a whole game on the defensive and offensive side of the court.
But James,
Ben Simmons is talented, but I thought James Harden would have complimented Joel Embiid better.
Exactly, James. They're talking about James Harden in MVP talks right now for Brooklyn. I never would have thought James Harden would have been an MVP candidate in Brooklyn. I thought it would have been all KD. But with KD being out, I mean, even when KD come back, I think James Harden gonna play something similar to the same role. I mean, you're talking about putting a MVP candidate, a perennial MVP candidate in James Harden because every year he's in the talks with the best center in the game, with the best pure center in the game.
Yo, Corey,
I mean, that's the recipe. That's an early 2000s recipe for a championship.
Corey, that's what I'm telling you. As presently constructed, I think Philly's beating the Nets in a 7-game series. That's what I'm telling you. That's how I feel.
To do. But I mean, we can go like skip it. We can go like skip it. We can put a case to do on it.
hey, we can put a case to do on it.
I do think that's their toughest matchup, dog. Philly is going to be a tough out.
As currently constructed, I feel you keep as currently constructed. I feel like even if the Nets,
I'm taking Philly.
Even if the Nets make a move, I feel like Philly's going to be their toughest out. Even if the Nets do make a move, I feel like Philly's their toughest competition. I just feel like I don't necessarily think they're going to beat them in the series if the Nets make a move, but Philly is going to be a tough out for them.
I honestly think the toughest out in the East, from the Nets is going to come from Toronto because they're proven.
What?
It's going to come from Toronto.
I was about to say, I don't see that at all.
Hell no, man.
You believe in Pascal Siakam by himself? Or not by himself?
Lowry out there, but I mean, let's be real.
The league guy?
The only reason they was proven is because Kawhi was there.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Like, nah, man. No.
I don't know about that.
No. I think the Pacers can get Toronto out of there if the Pacers help. Hey,
Van Vliet just gave you 60 earlier this year. So they got dogs.
They got some. I mean, they're going to be a tough out, but nah.
Van Vliet just gave you 60 this year, so they got dogs.
I don't see them. I don't see them being really a tough out. Like, I mean, being a
tough out for the Nets. Like Toronto, nah. Sorry,
they're well coached.
I don't see
Nick Nurse can coach. Coaching matters.
Nick Nurse a beast.
Coaching matters.
That's a fact.
Coaching matters.
Yeah, but coaching only matters to a certain extent. When you
they'll be tough, but they not fucking with.
Just Brooklyn. Don't be surprised. Just don't be surprised if you see a Brooklyn Toronto Eastern Conference final. Just don't be surprised.
I can't see Toronto getting past Philly if they see each other. You see that?
Hell no.
Who's holding Embiid?
Hell no.
Who's holding? Look, Kyle Lowry. Yeah, Kyle Lowry probably muscle up Ben, but Ben can still post him.
No, we talk. We've been doing a lot of talk. We've been doing a lot of talk about health.
Right, Embiid. I'm good, but he's in better physical shape this year.
Embiid is doing good this year. But how long is this gonna last?
He better leave the Big Macs alone before the playoff games. I tell you that.
They did say he came in the best physical shape he's ever been in his NBA career.
But it's got to sustain. It's got to sustain.
Right, but it makes it easier for you to sustain when you come in at that shape. A lot of people get injured when they come in kind of out of shape because their body's still goofy. You know what I mean? So it's like, I will say that he did make some type of sacrifice over the offseason to take that step. Yep. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. Mm-hmm. Ben Simmons may be the most dangerous defensive player in this game.
I don't know if I ain't really got nobody to argue that point right now, but I don't think I think he's a good defender.
James Harden, you name it. This is what I got to say about Ben Simmons. Mm-hmm. I think Ben Simmons may be the best, great player stopper. James Harden, whoever it is, I think if you put Ben Simmons on him, I think nobody in the league is better at trying to take somebody out of a game. And with the athletic ability he has, his wingspan, his IQ on the defensive side as well. I've seen him take over game. He he does AAU type shit in the game. I saw one play, the dude comes down, he dribble, he turns his back, go the other way, and Ben sneak up behind him and just poke the joint out. Ben. What do y'all say about that? Greek Freak, Greek Freak's up there, but on ball defending, take a guy out of the game. I think Ben Simmons might be in the best in the league.
I almost look at Ben Simmons like I look at Tony Allen. They're the same player to me. If you're a point guard, defender? Period. If you're a guard and can't shoot, I look at you like Tony Allen. I look at you like Tony Allen. I look at you like John Wall.
He has a better handle. He is
way more skilled than Tony Allen. He's never there walking 6'10" triple-double. But
you cannot shoot the ball. You cannot shoot the bat. You're a guard.
That's only detriment.
You're a guard. You can't keep anybody honest from 15 to 20 feet. You're a guard. I don't respect you. I don't respect your game. I'm gonna pack the paint. Every time you got the rock. I'm gonna make you shoot. I'm gonna give you. You remember when Ronnie Brewer? You remember when Kobe was standing 15 feet away from Ronnie Brewer every single game, every possession? I don't respect you. You're gonna have to make that. That's how I would treat Ben Simmons.
And even if you're not going to be a threat on the outside, then you need to be a threat in the post. You're gonna have to be either or.
This is get a 15-footer. Get a mid-range. If you don't want to shoot threes, get a mid-range.
Here's the thing. Two things.
You cannot be a guard and not be able to shoot unless you're Rondo. And you ain't Rondo.
And his coach knows that. Now understand what Daryl Morey did.
He don't run an
him with shooters. He surrounded him with shooters. So look, that point that Ben Simmons can't shoot, give you that. But the way his team constructed is, if you give Ben Simmons that space, he can still drive and kick. And if you collapse your defense, you can't collapse your defense with Steph Curry, Danny Green, and Tobias Harris standing there on the three-point line. It changes how you can defend Philly. You used to be able to pack the paint against Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. You can't do that no more. This is what makes them dangerous.
I gotta stop you there because those are good names on 2K. But when if you're not hitting that green circle every time, those guys in real life, I don't trust them. I don't trust Steph Curry. I don't trust Seth. I don't trust Danny Green. And I don't trust Tobias Harris.
He's shooting over 50% from three. You don't trust him.
He doesn't shoot and this is what I've had an argument with Ryan. He doesn't shoot the volume of his brother. So those little stats,
I'm not comparing him to his brother. It's still impressive.
Him being this great shooter. That's just it's jibber jabber. It's Curry jibber jabber. It's legacy jibber jabber. That's all it is. You got Curry blood.
Curry is a good shooter, man.
You got Curry blood, so everybody want to deem you a Curry shooter. You ain't the Currys. You ain't your father, and you ain't your brother. You're good, but you ain't neither one of them, nigga. I'm here to let you know.
Bro, I'm not saying he's the GOAT, bro. What I'm saying is he fits what that team needs. And what
you got to be effective. You got to be effective to be a fit.
Seth Curry.
He's effective at what he does, Corey.
He plays his role well.
We'll see.
He gonna Dallas miss him. Dallas miss him now.
Yeah, I was about to say he'll give you at least 11.
Oh wait, hey Keith, just watch. Just wait.
I think Philly is going to be the toughest out for Brooklyn.
Philly will finish the favorite to win out the East. Watch.
5 games.
I don't see that at all, dog. I definitely don't see that.
Games.
I got as currently constructed, I got Philly getting the Nets out of here in a 7-game series. As currently constructed.
And even if the Nets make a move, I don't
that's
see
a hot take.
But look, that ain't. But check this out though.
It ain't crazy.
But what this accounts for, what's in my formula for this equation, is the fact that Brooklyn has to do this. KD, James Harden, and Kyrie. Not worried about James Harden, but Kyrie has a history of being in and out of there with injuries. KD coming off an injury and was playing well, starting off at center, and now he got a hamstring injury. What I'm saying is by the end of the year, the picture may look completely different. But one thing I do know, if Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons stay healthy and the Nets don't make a move, it's going to be too much on the Nets in the playoffs to do it over and over and over again against good competition. Somebody going to get hurt.
Just hearing that the crybaby and the non-shooter are the favorites. That kills me in itself.
Hey, look, it's the way that team's built.
Embiid is playing way
and
better.
Nobody want to talk about Tobias Harris and what he really is. Tobias Harris is a lot better than what people think too.